there! I've decided to change the wiring in this guitar from what's in there now, probably some modern style wiring. I'm going to change it to a 50s wiring. Why? The reason is what you heard. When I turn down the volume a bit, it loses a bit of the high end or the treble. And having a 50s wiring in here should fix that. That's it, that's what I'll do today. So, I also will measure the pots here to see what they really are. Because it's not always that they clock in at 500K, which supposedly these are in a humbucker style guitar. They might be maybe measuring a bit lower, or even higher, but I suspect that they are a bit lower. So I will first measure these to see if they are 500, they are good, of course, but if they are lower, I will change them. Well, right now I'm in a troubleshooting process. I've had a look at the wiring diagram over and over, comparing it to what I've done here. And I replaced one of the leads coming from the switch, going down to the jack input. Just when I thought, oh, now I'm done, a loose wire, and it was the wire, the grounding that goes from the physical bridge, this one. There's a wire connecting to one of the screws here, coming into the cavity here, and needs to be connected to the backside of one of the pots to be grounded. Came loose, which means that I now have to pull out this screw, get the wire back in place, and put it back in place, and get the wire soldered back here. So I'm trying to troubleshoot it now with just these alligator clips on a wire to see if it works. And I've connected to my tuner here, so I can see it doesn't even pick up the strings, and there's just grounding noise or whatever. There's no sound from the guitar, it's just buzz if I turn up the sound now. Believe me, I've tried it. So these processes can be very frustrating when you're looking for the culprit. So yeah, I also used my multimeter to measure, to find out if everything is as it should be, but it's right now I'm just almost giving up for the day. Checking and double checking the connection points here, and wow. All right, I'll dive into it again and see if I can figure it out, fingers crossed. So it's getting late, but I think I've solved it. It turned out to be the way the switch here was wired. So this there is this wire with these four, really 5 leads that was in here before, and then it was hooked up in kind of a weird manner that I hadn't seen before. So I had managed to put the grounding where the hot running to the output jacks should be. So I turned them round or switched them. So when I found that out, everything was much better. So I haven't put the knobs on or put the lids on here yet, but it's and from the short test that I just did, it seems that the 50s wiring is working the way I hoped it would with when I'm turning down the volume here. It doesn't lose that much treble. Still a bit of a drop-off in the treble, but not as much, I think. But of course, I would want to hear that. So I'll reassemble now the guitar and get back to you hopefully tomorrow. Okay. Okay, let's see if anything has changed. This is the neck pickup. going a bit down. Of course, when I push it all the way up, it also pushes the amp into breakup. So there is that. I think it's a bit better. It keeps a bit more of the treble. I'm not 100% sure of that it does, but I would like to think that it does. Let's hear about the bridge pickup. might be my imagination. I think the guitar has got a kind of a new voice, or at least it has more to play on. When I use the volume knobs in my playing, I think I can utilize them more and I enjoy it more, the way it sounds now. It's hard to say if it's just because I try to do that now more and listen more in for how it sounds, but I would like to think that it is so. So I'm anyways very happy that I did, and I was quite surprised to see the value on the pots, that they were that high. And I was thinking that they had to be maybe below 500, but these were clearly over 500. They were even over 600. So that's interesting. And I think that contributes to the very open sound that you can hear. It has kind of a sparkle on the top of the note. I believe that has something to do with that. And I'm quite happy that I took this journey to make this a 50s style wiring inside the guitar. I like that better. It's cleaner in a way. I know how it is now, and it makes more sense to me to have it like this in this guitar. So all in all, very happy with this. All right, thanks for watching. Bye bye.